After a decade-long absence, the familiar red and white livery of AirAsia will return to Cebu's skies. The Malaysia-based airline resumes its direct flights between Kuala Lumpur and Cebu starting November 15. With us now for more is First Officer Steve Dailisan, Head of Corporate Communications and Corporate Affairs at AirAsia. Good to see you again, Steve.
Nice to see you again,
to
Kathy.
the program.
Thanks for having me.
So first off, I know you've got staff in Cebu. How are things going? How are they? And what's the situation with the flights going to Cebu from Manila?
First of all, looking at the photos and videos, to say that the situation is a bit of traumatic for the rest of our Cebuano brothers and sisters is an understatement to begin with. But that's why we sincerely empathize with them. The first thing that we did is to check on our staff. Safety is a priority for us at AirAsia. Last night, there was a temporary suspension of operations at the Mactan Cebu International Airport. But thankfully, after evacuating the passengers and the staff at around 11 p.m., the normal operations resumed when they finished checking the runway and, of course, the taxiways. As we speak, Kathy, we were told by our safety team that the safety checks is still ongoing to ensure that everyone is safe because we still don't know if there will be aftershocks.
So what does that mean then for your flight operations? You fly 6 or 7 flights a day?
Correct.
From Manila to Cebu?
From Manila to Cebu, we fly about 40 to 50 weekly flights. That's 6 to 7 flights daily.
And what now for the passengers that have been disrupted as they await for their next flight schedule?
Thankfully, Kathy, there were only 2 flights affected by delays due to the temporary suspension at the airport. But insofar as our flights is concerned today, it's back to normal.
Okay, and what intention is there for AirAsia in terms of relief work? I know it's in its early hours, but typically AirAsia does contribute whenever natural disasters like this take place.
Yep. Well, we do have our AirAsia Foundation. Definitely our leadership team is looking at it, especially that we're expanding our route network from Cebu beginning November 15. So hopefully we'll be able to assist because it's actually a good time also because you'll be able to provide options for transportation for not only for Cebuanos, but for the Central Visayas and the Southern Philippines as well. So hopefully we'd be able to assist in whatever way we can and be able to help our Cebuano brothers and sisters.
What are you getting initially from the leadership team as you've spoken to them in the hours after the quake and as far as your November 15 relaunch is concerned? Because you've been away from Cebu as a hub for the past 9-10 years.
Actually,
and you're making a comeback on November 15th, just about a month from now.
Actually, it was just a temporary suspension from beginning January of this year. Last year, we were flying to about 7 routes out of Cebu. It's all systems green for us for the November 15 launch. Last week, we were also there. And we've met with our trade partners, with our media partners. Today, the priority really is to, of course, ensuring the safety of our staff in Cebu. Second is we've started selling tickets since September 3 for the launch. And to us, Cebu is a very strategic hub. Why? Because it gives up. Every time you talk to a Cebuano, they would tell you that why do I have to go to Manila to fly direct to the world or to the rest of the destinations in ASEAN. So I think flying to Cebu, Kuala Lumpur will give opportunities for not only for Cebuanos, but of course, AirAsia as a group, we fly to about 136 destinations. That's across 256 routes. So that gives them the opportunity to fly to, say, Sydney, Perth, or Almaty in Kazakhstan, and at the same time that we're expanding our Cebu route network, we're also launching our Istanbul flights. So it could be really a good access for our Cebuano brothers and sisters, as well as the rest of Southern Philippines, to fly to the world.
But why now? I mean, AirAsia has had to recover as well from the post-pandemic scarring. I mean, I've spoken with Tony Fernandez at the height of the pandemic and when flights were just resuming. Why now and why Cebu?
Actually, it's a strategic move for us. Last year, of course, airlines world over experienced the supply chain issues, which limited us from getting our aircraft back from our maintenance, repair, and overhaul partners. So this year, last year, our focus was really to strengthen our Manila hub. This year, since we're adding another 2 aircraft, and it's going to be allocated to Cebu. And again, as mentioned to you, when we were doing the trade sessions from last last week, everyone is so ecstatic about it because now they can fly to Kuala Lumpur, they can fly to Macau actually, which is a value-driven alternative to Hong Kong. I checked out the fares prior to going to
And the fares
program.
look like?
It's 2,500 pesos, Kathy, would you believe, if you fly to Macau. And it's only, what, an hour and a half from ferry or bus to Hong Kong. It's really a cheap alternative. When you check, and I checked the flights going to Hong Kong from Manila, it's around 10 to 15,000 pesos. So imagine the savings and the opportunities that this this route expansion will bring.
So are you going to be flying one of those inaugural flights? The A320 or the NEO?
Yes, we're flying
will.
the A320 tomorrow. I'm flying actually to Cebu, and as a pilot tomorrow. But hopefully, the resumption of flights from November 15 will continue to flourish. And because we're flying 14 times to Kuala Lumpur, 3 times weekly to Macau, and then for domestic, you have our feeder markets. So that's 18 times weekly to Davao. You have Iloilo at around 4 times weekly. And of course, the most important thing also is Caticlan, which is a leisure destination for us, 11 times weekly.
Well, be safe on that journey and keep us up to speed, will you? Steve,
Yes,
thank
Kathy,
you so
thank you
much.
very much.
Pleasure.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too. Steve Dailisan of AirAsia.